welcome to 10th Year Seniors. This is our weekly NFL podcast. It's probably one of the biggest weekends of the NFL season, wild card weekend. We had a couple close finishes, a couple blowouts, but I think the one place where everybody wants to start is where the weekend ended. The Cowboys with the 4-point win over the Lions. Now, I know everybody wants to vent about Jim Caldwell. You have strong opinions on this game, one or another, and we're just going to go around and everybody tell us why they hate Jim Caldwell. Tej, you go first.
Oh, dude, first of all, I'm going to look it up, but the percentages on 4th and 1, like, it has to be in your favor. Like, if you fall forward, if you trip down and fall forward, you will probably convert the 4th and 1. Why don't you do it? Do you not want to win this game? Is the Mafia going to break your legs if you win this game, Jim Caldwell?
Kari, go. Why do you hate Jim Caldwell?
One, I just want to say that I guessed it. I was right. I picked the Cowboys to win this game.
You guessed it or you were?
I guessed it. I was right. I picked the Cowboys to win this game, like I said. Jim Caldwell is a robot from the future sent to ensure that Tony Romo wins the Super Bowl someday. That's the only way.
Please don't. Please.
That's the only way that could explain for him not going for it on 4th and 1 and then going for it on 4th and 3 2 minutes later. The game was already in jeopardy at that point. He didn't go for it. And at least for Tony Romo, this is a chance at redemption. He actually made the game-winning throw. He didn't fumble. He didn't throw a pick that we all were predicting that he did. The Cowboys tried really, really hard to lose this game. Like, they did their best. This was their best effort to try and lose a game all year.
So that's
John, why do you hate Jim Caldwell? Go.
Because it looked like he was going for it on 4th down, and then he just did the most punk move of all time to try and get them to go offsides, and then the punter punts the ball 10 yards.
That's always so soft, though. That's like the version of, like, bumping shoulders to try to get into a fight. Like, yeah, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you.
That's like going.
I'm gonna go for it.
That's going.
Nah, hold me back.
When I push him, hold me back.
So Jim Caldwell did the hold me back. He was gonna go for it on 4th and when he was showing 4th and when he was like, nah.
Let's set it up. Let's set up the backstory. So the Lions were ahead 20 to 17 with a little under 3 minutes left to go on the clock. They have the ball at the Cowboys. It was a little beyond the 50. Let's say at the Cowboys 45-yard line. You have a chance to pretty much end the game if you drive down the field and you score a touchdown. And on 4th and 1, you don't rely on your offensive line to get a push of 1 yard. The Cowboys predictably get the ball, drive downfield, score the go-ahead touchdown.
With the help of some penalties.
But that's just the way the football gods go, though.
I know. Some of the calls with the referee with that pass interference, that was BS for picking that flag up.
Yeah, but
no, that was BS because the same exact drive when Dallas did it, the same thing happened. And let's throw these flags out
but
quick.
all that being said, Jim Caldwell is still an idiot for doing it.
It's all a moot point if he goes for no 4th and 1.
He's been an idiot for a long time. This isn't his first rodeo of being.
I know, because if they would have gotten it, they could have milked like another minute 30 off the clock.
Exactly. That you go to end the game. Has he never seen the Patriots play?
You play to win the game. You don't punt the ball back to a quarterback who you really weren't stopping in the second half.
So do you fire Jim Caldwell or do they fire Jim Caldwell?
I don't think they fire him.
You know what? That's what sports needs. Sports needs where people need to be fired after they make the playoffs. Like, I feel like too often
he made the playoffs and he
where they make the playoffs,
crapped it away and he needs to get fired.
I'm totally fine with knee-jerk reactions. I think it'll make
Let's knee-jerk. I'm knee-jerking.
So we're firing Jim Caldwell.
We're firing. You're fired. Get out of here.
Fired.
Good.
Go.
Send that to your bookie.
You're fired.
And a whole week of Cowboy fans. This is gonna be.
I know, right?
This is gonna be so much
all
fun.
of the big fan bases were gonna be done. The Steelers are out. Well, we're gonna get to them.
Oh God. But Jim, like, oh my God, you had the game. Like, you could just fall forward for like 3 inches.
And of course, Chris Christie were there because you know, like, Cowboy fans and Jet fans.
How are you the governor? How does the governor of New Jersey?
Because they're both like very, very annoying fan bases. They have the same kind of talking points. It's just that one team is good now.
I really think that now Matt Stafford is the new Tony Romo, messing up at the. I mean, he had his chances to check down and
you only won. Like, you only played on 2 playoff games.
I don't know though, because watching that game, as we said, we love to knee jerk. I don't place the blame of that loss.
You don't place it on Stafford.
I feel like Matt Stafford played a pretty good game.
He held the ball too long, like that last play.
That's not his. He shouldn't have been in that position in the first place.
But in that one, he didn't make that 1 4th and 3 play. I mean, was that more of a reflection on his offensive line? Because when you look at the replay again, where he was going with the ball, that wasn't really open.
It's the play calling, and it also has to do with, you know, as much as we might dislike to do it, you have to give Dallas credit because they made a lot of.
No, let's not. Let's not give Dallas any credit.
Give Dallas credit.
I'm giving the referees.
We're in straight knee jerk.
I don't want to give Dallas credit. I'm not gonna do it.
The Cowboys sacked The Cowboys sacked Stafford twice and caused him to fumble twice on the same drive.
You can't make me give them credit.
No,
I'm not gonna do
I'm
it.
not giving Dallas credit.
Now
at
to game
all.
2.
I'm just not gonna do it. Okay, so the Cowboys move on. We'll get to their matchup next week. Game 2 in our rotation, but game 1 on Sunday afternoon. Andrew Luck moved on. I'm just gonna call the whole team Andrew Luck because that's basically what it is.
Those guys are
The
terrible.
Colts moved
except
on,
for
and
T.Y.
once again, the Bengals are out in the first round after scoring 10 points for the fourth
But-
consecutive year. So that's 40 points in 4 years of wild card
Once you
games.
heard that AJ Green was out,
That was it.
what did you think the percentage of the Bengals? Because mine was 0.
I decided I would not need to watch this game at
I
all,
mean, like,
and I watched the interview
It's
instead.
Andrew Luck against the Crimson Pop Gun. Like, it's not happening.
You guys should have just watched the interview instead of this game. It was
I
pointless.
didn't think that they would win, but the odds of them scoring 10 points again, it's just amazing.
Hey,
to me.
I-
Who
they're-
expects
they're
AJ Green to win a game in the playoffs? Nobody, right?
But they're consistent. Let's be real.
They are
They're a
consistent.
10-point playoff team.
And the thing is, one of those years, that touchdown was a defensive touchdown. So their offense hasn't even scored
Like I
every
said,
time they went to the wild
when you
card
watch
game.
the combine and somebody runs 4 or 5 twice, that's a 4 or 5 guy right there. They're a 10-point playoff team right there.
They are a
James
10-point
Franco,
playoff
just a
team.
great performance in the interview. Just
So,
great performance.
not
A
only-
lot of weed jokes. You
Not
guys would
only
love
was
it.
not only was Andy Dalton missing,
Don't
AJ
get honey
Green,
potted, guys. Don't get honey potted.
He was missing Jermaine Gresham. I think there's no way I'm gonna.
He
get this.
went
There's
18
no
for
way I'm gonna
35.
get
He
this.
missed everybody. He's a
Okay,
Crimson
just
Pop Gun.
Go ahead and take over that
Pop
point,
Gun.
James. Thanks.
He sucks.
I wasn't in the middle of a point. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You got it.
Go ahead.
I
think
completely
he,
lost my train of
I
thought.
think he was
Thanks.
lacking Jesus as well because that wasn't. He had nobody. That was awful.
We're spiraling out of control. Let's reel it in. Let's reel it in.
Who's Rex Burkhead? No, seriously, who's Rex Burkhead?
Is he a running back?
I don't know. He's third on the team. He had 3 for 34.
He stepped in to play some slot receiver. He's a running back on the depth chart. With all the injuries they had, he also played some slot receiver. He actually did pretty well at the beginning of the game. But
Oh, he sucks. Okay.
they were just hard pressed for playmakers. The first play of the game, they ran 2 trick plays. I think that gave you some kind of
Once you
insight
run
on how
one trick
desperate
play,
they were.
yeah, you're desperate. And
They
you,
started the game with a trick play, and the first play of the second half trick play, they ran a flea flicker. When I saw them put the flea flicker, I thought the Bengals had no chance left. to
Or
win
maybe
the
they
game.
watched the Little Giants.
no.
Annexation of Puerto Rico.
Maybe they did watch the Little Giants.
Spider 2 wide banana. They should have run.
Spider 2 wide banana.
So let's hop right into Saturday with everybody else that moved on. We had upset special. Well, not really much of an upset because I picked this game. Humble brag.
Ooh,
Not so humble brag, but the Ravers went in.
the Ravers.
The Ravens.
They really should change their name to the Ravers. That would be
They
awesome.
should have
team, bro.
their uniform should be neon, like for real.
Went into Pittsburgh and beat the Steelers 30-17. Pretty much embarrassed them on their home field.
I fell asleep.
I really think though, and we said it last week, that the Steve Smith Sr. thing, he's the new Ray Lewis of the Ravens.
No weapon.
No weapon. He's also a crazy person.
No weapon continues
Who wants to
fail.
Who
No,
would
but-
let Steve Smith down? Nobody, because he will kill you.
Except when they lose next week to the Patriots. But my thing is, even for going back to that Bengals game and this game, when you have a late scratch like AJ Green was, and then like Le'Veon Bell was, for people who are picking the games or even betting on the game, this has to be nerve wracking.
Yeah.
Because the Steelers win this game if Le'Veon Bell plays the game.
Le'Veon is like hands down the best player on the
don't-
team.
I don't know. Is he? Antonio Brown is on
Yeah.
the team.
Big
He
Ben's
only
on the
gets
team.
wide receiver only as good as quarterback.
Well, Big Ben is also better
Yeah.
than Le'Veon Bell, though. So that's 2 people.
Apparently
but
he's not, 'cause they lost.
Le'Veon Bell is good, and he's an upgrade, and even having him in the lineup changes up how they make play calls.
But this is
'Cause
what I'm- this is
you're,
what
you're
I'm-
making different kind of play calls with someone like Ben Tate or your backup running back in the game that you wouldn't make if you know you have Le'Veon Bell available.
Here's the thing,
But
though. I don't think because it was a late scratch, you don't have time to say we're not going to call these plays because that guy's not in there.
'Cause the game plan
is
biggest
already
fault that
established.
the biggest problem everybody had with the Ravens, and it wasn't just you, Keyshawn Johnson, Rodney Harrison, everybody was saying how terrible their secondary was. And how
And
the
they
Steelers
were terrible.
And the
though.
Steelers
They
were just
are.
going to run roughshod over them. But they only scored 17 points.
Because they took away their number 1 running back and they had
Yeah,
a number
but
2. They got a guy off the street.
If you
They
were
got-
if you were a Steelers fan, you woke up and then you said Ben Tate is like, how would you feel?
They just got him and they played him. Think about that. And so I know what you're saying, that there's already a game plan in place, but you have to change the game plan as the game is going on. And
You have
your
to
play
limit his
call
plays.
It just ends up being different. And then the Ravens, on the other hand, they also know that they don't respect those other running backs as much as they would respect someone like Bell.
Because Bell could catch the ball. That's the biggest. He's a dual threat running back. He could catch the ball and he could run the ball. So missing out that short dink and dunk game from them, that was a big thing.
Andrew Luck played with Daniel Herron as his feature back.
Yeah, but he played against the Bengals, who had Andy Dalton,
Also Zach Tipton.
and the Bengals didn't have AJ Green. I mean, it's apples and oranges.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steve Smith, no weapon is going to prosper against him until Rob Gronkowski is running for
Does
70-yard
anyone
touchdowns.
notice when he catches the ball and he spins that ball, how well he does it?
It's a good spin.
Like
He's been-
every
he has
a good
single
spin.
time he does it, that thing is just a
He's
tight
been
spiral.
having, like,
He has a good spin. I want to know if Ray Lewis gave them a pregame speech. Feels like Ray Lewis
I'm
did.
sure he did, or he at least Skyped in.
You know who gave him a pregame speech? Jim Harbaugh. Yes,
Well,
he
Jim
did.
Harbaugh was on the sideline.
He was
cheering
on
his
that
brother.
sideline.
Maybe he was calling the defense, and that's why they held them to 17.
Tampering.
Other than Le'Veon Bell being out of there. It can't still be tampering, though, right?
With University of Michigan.
No. Okay, now go.
And our first or fourth, depending on how you look at it, wild card game is John's pick to go to the Super Bowl. The Panthers.
The Cam Newtons.
I think the
No,
upset that
honestly,
every
bro.
single. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There can't be an upset if you're playing a third string quarterback, John. I'm sorry. I don't care how good the players are around him. That's
Why are you saying it's an upset for me? I said they were going to
Pick them
win.
to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. There's no upsets when you pick a team to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you actually think they're going to win all those games.
The fact that the punting was probably the biggest storyline in this game speaks volumes
I'm
about
gonna go try
just
for
how terrible
Arizona.
this game was.
I showed up in the third quarter, and then everything exciting started to happen when I
you showed up. Yeah,
And
no,
the
for real.
Panthers and the Cardinals.
That's when our boy
decided.
Fozzie Whitaker broke out.
Fozzie. But Arizona coaches, I'll be in Arizona later on this month. I get that tryout.
Did he
To
just
do
do
what?
some Johnning?
What?
Did he
go,
just do
John.
some Johnning and Taging
No,
at the same time?
What are you going to do?
Oh, John's gonna try out to be the.
Arizona punter.
I don't think
Cardinals
that's
punter.
going to work out for you.
I'd be better than that guy.
That guy was averaging like 35 yards a punt. I think John could probably get in there.
John is a great punter.
I give it a
He finds him sidelines.
I'll say John could give it a shot.
I could at least go 40.
40 in the sidelines. Okay, well maybe he can, but it was the worst game as I predicted.
Yeah,
The worst game to
absolutely
watch.
was.
Thank God Wild Card Weekend is over. Like sometimes it's fun. There are good matchups. To me, these matchups were not good. They're
Now
pretty
real
bad
football's
across the
coming.
board. Now it's real.
It got
football.
progressively better. It started really bad, but at the end of Wild Card Weekend, because the final game is really good.
Like next weekend in the divisional round, we have great matchups. That's the weekend you should be drinking with friends. Hopefully, you don't have 800 weddings to go to, like a lot of other people I know. So you can just go ahead and drink, watch football,
Take
and
vacation days from work.
send those late night texts out later after the games are over.
Star of Wild Card Weekend. Everybody has 10 seconds. Tage, go. You have 10 seconds.
Jim Caldwell, the LVP.
John, go.
Cam Newton.
Kyrie, go.
Tony Romo.
I'll take Andrew Luck.
The Andrew Lucks.
No one's gonna interview Andrew Luck. He wanted. No one will talk.
I'm
to
still,
Andrew.
Luck.
I'm still so angry at Jim Caldwell.
How do we no one pick Forrest?
Oh, I don't know.
Who's for
I take my Cam back and give it to Forrest Whitaker.
Fozzie.
Fozzie, yeah.
That's why
Wow,
nobody picked
that's-
him.
Ghost Dog?
I'm gonna not pick the all-pro quarterback from this team and go with the third string running back. That's my guy.
so
Yeah.
That's really a John pick, though.
No, real talk though. I think the MVP is Andrew Luck, like, cause that team is.
What?
No, stay with Jim
Yeah.
Caldwell. What's wrong with you? You had a good thing going with that. Stick with your.
Now
What?
move on.
Stick with your thing. We're done with that. Divisional weekend. We're done. It's over.
Okay.
Okay, so we look ahead. Look ahead to divisional weekend. Next week, Saturday, we have the Ravens on the road once again, going into Foxborough to play the Pats.
Wow.
As
They play this game every year.
it does seem like all of these matchups the Ravens are playing are so familiar. But
The Ravens are in the Illuminati. I have to believe they only want to play teams that they've played and beaten before.
because they know how to do it. No weapon.
No
But-
weapon.
weapon.
I don't see a path for them beating the Patriots though.
In Foxborough, no.
I mean, I would love to be pleasantly surprised, but I'm just too good at picking.
Joe
these games,
Flacco
and I
does
think
things in the
Patriots win.
playoffs that
I
could
was about
never.
to say, I think if you have, like Tage was alluding to, you have a quarterback like Joe Flacco, there is always such a glimmer of hope, though. You have
Harbaugh
such a
called
good
him the
chance.
best quarterback in the league.
I mean, what else is he gonna call his quarterback?
But hold
though?
on, did you read that headline and you were
I
like,
did.
what?
I
Like,
did. I did. But
Joe,
what el-
Joe Flacco does things in the playoffs. I can never imagine him doing it. In the
What
regular
else is he
season.
gonna
Like,
call
what,
him though?
like,
I mean,
it's like he gets possessed by like Joe Montana and just does things, and I don't understand where this
he
comes
gets
from.
possessed by 2012 Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
So is he the best Ravens quarterback that you know? Tage, go.
Trent Dilfer.
Not now. Now don't ever pass to Tage.
Troy Smith.
What? He took choice of you. Don't ever pass it to
I
me.
would take Kyle Bowler over me.
That's going to Kyle Bowler.
I would take everybody
Kyle
over.
Bowler can throw through the uprights from
On
the
his
50-yard
knees.
line. On his knees.
Anthony
You know
Rice.
why? We
Troy
know that
Smith won a
story.
Heisman, bro.
We watch too much football. That's why we
So
know.
to,
Anthony Jackson, bro.
Everyone's picking the Patriots, right?
so
Yes,
to get
done.
this right, nobody thinks the Ravens have a chance. To
I
win
think the
this game.
Ravens are going to win because
I'm actually gonna pick them to win. I'm picking. Well, we're not gonna get to predictions yet, but so nobody thinks. the
Has
Ravens
everyone
have a
been
chance to win
drinking?
this game?
No.
Yes.
Slightly.
Yes.
Okay. All right,
Not
move on.
So a second game on Saturday afternoon, we have John's Panthers going into Seattle. to
I already know
face
what's gonna
12
happen
man
here.
And Russell Wilson.
At the end of this game, Russell Wilson will own the state of Carolina, North and South.
I think
Well,
Cam Newton is going to
bold
be a
prediction.
spot in the ground.
So he's going to
When-
own the state because he's going to go on vacation there? Because that's what's going to happen.
No, they will
Way to
beat
go,
them.
John.
They will beat them 72-3.
John,
Okay,
what's
that's
up with you
probably
and the
not gonna happen.
What's up with you and the Panthers? Is somebody from UCF on the team?
No one from
Don't-
VCF.
Why?
We
Why,
almost
Tage?
made it through a podcast
Tage.
without UCF.
Oh my god!
Really?
Like, why is he pulling so
Oh,
hard for the Panthers and he's so
Tage.
obviously
Because that's
sucked?
the team of destiny.
That's his pay. He wants the story. That's
Like,
John's
that's it.
storyline.
Like I said, Cam Newton is going to be a spot on the turf when Seattle's
Yes.
finished with him. Like,
Yes.
they will kill him.
And when you all are wrong,
No,
Yeah,
no. We're
He's
not
gonna
wrong.
he's gonna wish he's gonna wish that that
I
car
hope the
accident
point
finished him.
spread is
Like,
like 17 or 18 points.
As much as I
Come
would
on,
like
Vegas.
Cam to keep it going, I just I don't see it happening against that team.
now
I
Cam
mean,
needs to throw off his front foot. That's the thing.
that's the thing. His mechanics are way off because he's been injured so
Hey,
much and
guys.
he's been overcompensating.
Remember that Panthers game from last week, which would be this week?
Yes,
How did you enjoy watching that?
it was pretty.
You
awful.
want them to move on and advance
Yes.
in the playoffs?
It's pretty bad.
You would know it's awful football. Do not
Super
watch it.
Bowl.
That won't fly against the Seahawks.
So everyone except John is picking Seattle.
Yeah, I
agree.
think
I got to
Yeah.
stick to my guns, all right?
we all agree. On
That
Seattle.
gun is empty, sir.
Empty clips.
Yeah.
Still a gun.
Small baby
Click,
baby jokes.
click.
Baby jokes.
So on Sunday we have the Cowboys. Who,
Is that the first game?
yeah, that's the 1:00 game next Sunday. The Cowboys go into Lambeau to play against Aaron Rodgers, the Packers, and Olivia
And Olivia
Munn.
Munn, yes.
Olivia Munn
I
will
wasn't
win
gonna-
this game.
I wasn't gonna forget her.
36
Okay.
to 3.
I wasn't gonna forget. her.
Listen, I feel like this is like the Cowboys
Yo.
are coming against me now by threatening Aaron
Hey.
Rodgers and Olivia Munn. This is personal.
More Olivia
Hey.
Munn.
Before I was fine. Hey, go ahead, beat Detroit, whatever. But now, no.
I
It
think-
ends here.
I think Aaron Rodgers just watched the Cowboys defense just now, in particular their secondary, and he just cackled and rolled a blunt. Not implying that he smokes weed, but Aaron Rodgers is somewhere right now cackling and rolling a blunt because there's no way that team stops him
I
next week.
feel like he is yelling, "How dare you think you're good? How dare you?" Even though Tony Romo is gonna chuck it up to Dez Bryant a lot next week.
You know they have no right to win that game, right?
Let's stop talking about the Cowboys
Like,
and let's talk about Aaron
I'm still
Rodgers
mad at that
beating them.
game.
Aaron Rodgers is gonna get
Well, it's because we're
MVP.
doing the podcast 5 minutes after the game ended.
They had no right to win that game.
Look
Aaron
at-
Rodgers is gonna
look at his-
destroy those guys.
Oh, bitter Giants fan. How do you really feel?
Oh, right.
Yes, that's why.
Oh,
That's why.
totally
Yeah,
went over
but-
my head.
But Aaron Rodgers is gonna get it done. I mean,
Aaron Rodgers 52.
He's gonna throw for 500 yards.
the Packers offense is gonna be clicking. They've had a week.
It's
of
gonna be
practice,
cold.
A week of rest.
Yeah, they've got to
gonna
play
be
outside.
in
I mean,
Lambeau. They're not used to playing without like a huge giant.
Clay
HD
Thompson is gonna
4K
take Tony
TV above
Romo's
them.
head off his body.
Clay Matthews.
Matthews.
Clay
Clay
Matthews.
Thompson.
Clay Matthews.
They
That
started-
would be like the biggest news story of the year.
Clay Thompson just
Thompson
rolled in there and
from
got
the
like
Golden State Warriors came down to Lambeau.
I said Clay Thompson.
and removed Romo's
Clay
head.
Matthews is gonna take Tony Romo's head off his body.
That would be slightly less big of a
What's
story.
the last game on the
Oh, hold on,
docket?
but we all take the Packers, right?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
everybody's taking the Packers on this one. And then the last game of the divisional weekend, I think this is probably the storyline that all writers are going to be just gushing about all week. It's the Colts and the Broncos. Of course, you have Manning and his old team, blah, blah, blah.
To Andrew Luck's.
Yeah,
Against his
I just adjusted my
successor.
mic because I have something to say.
go
Go.
ahead. That seems important.
Yeah.
This is my upset special. Colts are gonna win this game.
Ooh.
T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton. What's
I'm
T.Y.
leaving the
gonna get?
podcast.
I totally take the Colts to win this game, too.
Damn it! No.
I picked them to go to the Super Bowl.
Back to the podcast.
You steal my thunder.
I picked them from last week to go. Remember when I said
I don't remember that.
I said I wanted him to beat
I don't
Peyton
even listen to the
Manning, then
podcast.
go through and beat Tom Brady, and then beat Aaron Rodgers.
I see a slew coming. Broncos are gonna win.
I see a slew coming. I was so confused. Where you were going just
It's
now.
gonna be like 42-14.
I think the Colts offense is too good. I mean, yes, we've seen them get blown out, but I don't think
by the Broncos.
by the Broncos, yes, but the way they're playing right now, I mean, the Broncos, I don't see them stopping T.Y. Hilton.
I just believe a road team is gonna win this weekend. I don't see anyone else who's a real candidate to win
Carolina.
other than
They're
the,
not a
the
candidate
Colts.
to win at all.
Hey, they're in the game, so they're candidate to win.
I feel like the Broncos have the softest home field advantage of the teams left.
Look, I don't
It's a
trust
mile high, man.
Pop again, Peyton, but I think he gets it done this round.
This round,
This round.
and you're not picking Peyton in the next round. Moving
No,
on.
I don't care who he plays next
Okay,
round.
so Nal and I are going with the Colts because we believe in Andrew Luck, and John and Tage are going with the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning. So you guys are picking chalk all the way?
Chalks.
No, not all
the-
You got, yeah,
not
John has
all the way.
Carolina.
Like I don't
I
believe.
mean, in this round for the division round, you're taking chalk.
He beats these guys. His first playoff game in Colorado. He beats them. He has to.
I mean, I feel like this postseason is all about Andrew Luck making himself more marketable. I mean, he does.
He doesn't
everything
want to
that-
be marketable.
He is going to be.
He
There's
should
no way.
be the quarterback hipster. How is he not doing it? I don't know.
He
'Cause
needs
he-
an Olivia Munn in his life.
He has a flip phone, bro. You can't.
And winning the Super Bowl is going to take care of all of this. This is why I need him to win. I need him to win, 1, because of the beard, 2, because of the flip phone, 3, we need him to get a better car, 4, he needs a celebrity girlfriend.
Yeah, but then we have to deal with Andrew all year. I said this last week.
That's fine.
Ah.
I'll take it.
I think he's like secretly getting his PhD from Stanford. Who lives there? Who's a celebrity girlfriend who lives in Stanford?
You can find one.
Yeah, we can get him one.
Actresses always go to Stanford.
She's probably Asian.
Like they've all gone to Stanford.
We can get him one.
probably
I mean,
Asian.
let's work at that.
They
I
go to
mean,
Stanford. Where did Natalie Portman go? Harvard? They go to Ivy
Columbia?
League.
Close enough.
Somewhere.
who's
They-
Vanessa
One of
Hudgens dating right now?
Andrew Luck.
Google.
I
Done.
hope so.
Now
We just did
Yeah.
it. We just did it.
We just broke a story.
We just solved all of his problems and made the playoffs more interesting.
Lyra
Because
galore.
let's be honest.
I want to start.
That
I
would be
want to start a
amazing.
rumor right now.
That first round was
I want to
trash.
start a rumor right now. Golden Tate is dating Dej Loaf. Done. Bye.
I don't think people are
Try
gonna
me.
gain traction with that rumor.
That would have been great had they won the game.
Yeah.
And I know you were probably setting up that joke for after the Lions had won, but nah.
I'll still try to put that joke in.
Try me.
Who is she? What's the guy's name? Grizz?
Try me.
I don't know.
Come on, we got your body.
All right.
Now I'll wrap it up.
That's it for the divisional weekend. We saw some favorites go down. Well, not some favorites. We saw like one favorite go down.
Eh.
Go Panthers.
Was it one? Yeah, just the Steelers are the only favorite to go down.
Were they
So
really that big of a favorite? Yeah.
The Steelers weren't that big of favorites, but we have all the real favorites playing this weekend. We got the number 1 seeds and both the number 2 seeds about to get into action. So it's
And
the
the
best
Panthers.
weekend of football. Right, John. The number 1s, the number 2s, and the Panthers. So it's the best weekend of football. You got a week to get ready. Everybody, like I said, gather around with the people you like to watch football with, or even the people you just want to troll. This is 10th year seniors signing out. We'll see you guys for the championship round.
Cowboys suck.
Stay woke.
Oregon's gonna win national title.